welcome back to the channel. I'm Tavares, and Alan Becker, the GOAT who's made a ton of amazing animations with stick figures over the years, is making a fighting game, and I just wanted to react to it. I'm a very solid Smash Brothers competitor. I've been a pro for a few years, and I just wanted to give my 2 cents about how I feel this game will feel. It seems to be inspired by 2D fighters like Guilty Gear and Smash Brothers, so I'm just going to check it out and give my reaction to it. This is just a cute intro, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip this. Immediately first, I'm going to point out the style is amazing. I think it's great for what, of course, they have been inspired to do. They constantly digitize into the computer, showing themselves as retro-like. Not really. The 3D stuff does happen. They have amazing animations, like I said, but the retro stuff is still really cool, and I'm glad they're going with the retro style. I love this for 2D games. Of course, Rivals of Aether is one of my favorite games ever, so I'm glad to see that this is, if this is a stage, just going through this, if this is just a stage, let me go back a little bit. Like, even just you get a great sense of the art style just from this stage alone. Like, look how pretty this is. This background's amazing, and it classes with them very well. Yes, they're stick figures, but the animations from their attacks are going to be insane, and it seems like everyone can use different weapons, which is really cool. I love that for a game like this. I don't know if the pencil's going to be crazy. I don't know how good it's tier list wise it's going to be nuts, but yes. So it seems like each of the stick figures have their own different types, which is really cool. I really like that there are different archetypes of fighters. I don't even know how many characters that will really add. There were like 7 in the beginning of this. But yes, you see that we have a computer here type. I guess the fishing rod is his weapon. Pretty interesting. Of course, one of the coolest animations was the animation versus the computer, which is really, really cool. Using that for his attacks. I guess the orange guy is pretty much known for using the pencil for drawing and creating anything. Very cool. Seems like the purple guy is going to be something with the flying. Going to be really interesting archetypes. I always worry when it comes to games trying to not really copy but gain inspiration from Smash Brothers, because they tend to lean too much towards the simple side or too much towards the complicated side, and not a great beautiful mesh of the two. When you're gonna add meters, when you're gonna add a wall, because it seems like this doesn't really just have a blast zone like Smash. They have a wall here where you can blast through it. I can really see an issue with people being just destroyed in the corner, but they seem to have a mechanic where if you guess the attack, you can get a block out so that you can get out of it, so you're not just getting comboed to death. And I feel like that's a lot of people, especially when you get competitively into the first game, that's the first roadblock you run into, is how do you balance bodying somebody, especially when it comes to just experience. Yeah, we got charge attacks, teleportation, super duper cool, flying attacks, rolls, hammers. Like, man, there's just so many different attacks. I'm so excited to see more and more of this game. There's this Kickstarter out. You should go to that Kickstarter and support. Super duper cool. But yeah, it seems like they're going completely through the Kickstarter instead of going through a publisher, is what they said. So it seems that it's going to be a backing where they start listening to people's comments and the fans and really trying to hone into making a game that's really fun. But the idea is already insane. I really much like, I love what I'm seeing already. It's just funny to think that Orange has a wallet at all. But yeah, animation versus, really, really cool. But yeah, like I said, just looking at the different types of the characters, you have yellow, green, blue, red, all just being different archetypes is really interesting to me, and I hope they lean into that more. If they're gonna add more characters, I think they really have to lean into their special items, because of course they're stick figures, so you're not playing specifically for the recognizability of Smash Brothers, which is a pretty easy thing to carry. I know a lot of people who love to play Smash are people who play because the character they love in a video game is there. So this is pretty much going to have to fall into being super duper fun, which is really hard for fighting games. It's usually why a lot of the time it feels like fighting games, no matter how big they get, will just be a niche market. But if it comes from, you know, Alan Becker, who has 30 million subscribers and has a ton of people loving it, I think it's going to be at least loved by that community, because it seems there's a lot of homages to it, especially to their older videos. I hope the stages do reflect that. It seemed like this, yeah, this was a classic animation background too. Of course, they're probably gonna have his Windows background.
Making a fighting game. Over the years, we've released series like Animator versus Animation, Animation versus Minecraft, and many more. And we've created an awesome community with many fans all over the world.
But yeah, so there's a lot. I hope I get to play as the Crown Guy. I love the Crown Guy.
Minecraft and many more. And we've created an awesome community.
But yes, I gotta play as Goat, and you gotta get the scepter. I don't know. I'm making requests already, but you know, I don't think they're doing DLC or whatever. But they haven't released anything. This is just a concept of a Kickstarter. But man, I'm so excited for this.
We always wanted to create a game, but we never found the right opportunity to do so.
But yes, they did prioritize a lot on just the animation, and of course the animator and the animation group have been amazing over the years, so I can always trust that the animation is going to be fire. Well, how I really think something that becomes fun is the deepness is easy to imagine and easy to watch. If you watch it and you're like, I don't know what's going on, then it's just going to be not very interesting to watch. But if you can make it so when the top player picks up a character, you want to have someone imitate that because it looks that cool and that imaginative, then I think more people are willing to play the game. Especially with Smash players, they really think one of the most important things is movement and being able to go around attacks and how they weave and whiff punish, especially because Smash Ultimate, as much as I love it, doesn't really have that many movement options to express yourself through that kind of gameplay. Attacks are going to be great and all, but movement's so important.
We played this super cool game mod made by Muno, and we decided to message him to see if he would be open to making a game with us, and now he's our lead developer.
Hi, Muno here. This game has been the most fun thing I've ever worked on, and it's really...
Yeah, looking at the attacks, it's honestly a lot of... It seems like a charge character is what they're going for.
I've lived in my head for years now, and I'm really excited to help Alan's team.
And they have a shield, which is interesting. Do they have grabs? I'm just going to see.
Animation Versus takes inspiration.
Seems like he has air grab from Purple. That's very interesting.
From all the fighting games that we love to play, from the simple controls of Smash Brothers.
Yeah, it seems like you can charge attacks here. You see Red doing a charge uppercut here.
From all the fighting games that we love to play, from the...
So I don't know. The thing is, like, I don't know if he could have actually escaped this or this is just a showcase. That's a big thing. Is like, if this is all real, then that's ridiculous.
To the meter management and combos of Guilty Gear, Street Fighter, that kind of game. This game also has a lot of brand new ideas of its own, like a directional combo break.
Yeah, it looks like Purple just has multiple jumps, which is going to be interesting type. Although characters with multiple jumps tend to have a lot of strength in these plat fighters, especially when they can just whiff punish when they want, and they can air camp really well and then swinging when they want to. So I'm excited to play him. That's probably going to be the character I try first.
Break out of a combo if you guess the right direction to block, and a really cool new...
But yes, he said
you can break out of a...
So the thing is, like, he says that if you break out a combo, you can get a block out of these combos. If you block the direction that he's throwing an attack in. So are you guessing left or bottom right? Like if he is attacking like this looks like a left attack to me. And if I block to the left, if I guess he's gonna do that in the air, would I go up left? Would I go bottom right? I don't really know. That's how specific it's gonna be. Do you time it? It's gonna be weird. I think it's interesting to have this mechanics. I don't think there's any plat fighter that has anything like this. But how specific you have to block is going to make it I think it should be specific. I think it should be like, oh, he's going to be attacking from the bottom right, so I'm going to do a block to the bottom right, and not just, oh, he's doing a left attack, so I'm going to do a left block. I think that'll just be better, because it seems like a lot of reward to be able to have your advantage state just canceled just because you guessed where they'll be attacking, especially because sometimes, especially with top players, it's not going to be that much of a guess how your combo is going to end, unless you make it extraordinarily complicated when it comes to DI and knockback, but then it becomes a problem not being fun. So I just hope that it's a little more nuanced than just guessing left, right, up, down, and they go specific with 8 directions.
If you guess the right direction to block, and a really cool new HP system where you KO people through the wall.
Now he says HP, but we don't see any indication or any we don't really see any bars yet. I think we're gonna see that later. I'm scared to see HP because when I play Smash, so I use percentage, and the higher percentage you are, the further you block back. This reminds me of Terry's stage in Smash Ultimate, where you can get thrown through the wall with high enough knockback. If it's something like that, this is gonna be interesting. I don't know. It's just gonna be weird for me. I am just so used to having blast zones. I'm so used to having a state like because it's like there's only flat stages here. There doesn't seem to be you can fall off and die. So I'm so used to having spikes. But hey, that's why it's trying to be its own thing. It's trying to be a 2D fighter, and there are 2D fighters that have such things like this. So it's not super duper weird. Just weird to me as a Smash player.
We're finally ready to create the game that you guys deserve, and we need your
The
help.
teleport looks so funny. I love that, but it looks pretty reactable. I'm pretty interested.
We're doing
in
all
that.
our funding through Kickstarter instead of going through a publisher.
So yeah, he does a parry. It looks like a parry here.
You guys deserve, and we need your help.
And it's interesting
all
because it
funding through
sends him
Kickstarter.
backwards. But it doesn't seem like, is he take damage here or do you actually hit him for it? I don't really know. It's hard to see
To a
through
publisher.
this.
We're making sure this is a game you guys love playing. Alan's fans, fighting game players, we'll see you guys there.
We can't do this alone, so visit the
But yeah, that was a really cool concept. I'm excited to see what Alan Becker and his team does with this game. I know if it's going to last, it's going to need a fan base that's not just a fan of Alan Becker, but a fighting game fan base that's willing to put into work and play more competitively. And I think the archetypes are going to be a really good draw from this. Of course, and not having to recognize the ability of playing as Mario is not going to be great for when it comes to the casual market. And I hope that he gets carried from just, you know, having a ton of subscribers, because he does have a lot of tons of subscribers, and there will be fighting game players willing to try this. Of course, we're going to see this on the channel, so I hope you look forward to seeing it like I am. Thank you for watching.